Stars of the midnight ranges shining through the night. Stars of the midnight ranges light my way tonight. While my herd is grazing, guide them till the dawn. Watch them while I'm sleeping, till the stars are gone. You leave candles up in heaven, lend your light so strange, guide my wearied ogies, stars of the midnight range. Oh, I kind of lost it at the end there. Not too bad up to that point. Hey, folks, I'm Serious JG. Skipped the instrumental section, of course. This is what should be, unless it takes a really long time to the last plot mission, maybe this will be the second to last, but this is probably going to be the last video of Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2. Due to the nature of the story, with these epilogue chapters, there really isn't a whole lot of post-story stuff to be done, as John Marston I can think of after we finish the last story mission. But I guess we'll find out. I'm willing to let this one go long. I think there was like a fucking 2-hour final episode to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't know how many of you remember that. I don't know how many people were still watching Mass Effect Andromeda by the end. That led us to... There's a specific subscriber who got upset about something I said and left during that game, which is kind of what I remember it for now. And it was only Lennis 2 where I actually believe my subscriber count may have gone down over the course of the series. Red Dead Redemption 2 has taken a very strange place now in my own internal headcanon for my Let's Plays. I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the credits, but I had a couple of Let's Plays that were kind of open when the big health news hit. And this is very much the LP that I now associate with my own cancer, which, well, I'll save myself something to talk about during the end credits, but yeah, sort of felt a little bit more connected to Arthur Morgan as a protagonist after my own outlook on life was changed. But we're not playing as Arthur Morgan now. We're now playing, although he also looks like a Wookiee, because he's being as much like Arthur Morgan as he can be right now. And why did I start? Starting in Valentine, because that's where we finished off our last efforts to do. Oh no, wait, I know why this is happening. It's because I didn't pick the right. We are Arthur Morgan right now. Yeah, we're Arthur Morgan right now because of the last video. It's been a month since I recorded. This is weird. I don't think it's separation anxiety exactly, but I intended to sit down like later the day that I was recording a bunch of Red Dead Redemption 2, including this video where we loaded as Arthur and jumped back in time to try to see if we could get a... well, if you've been watching, you know I was trying to get a... bounty hunter mission, which seemed to not be unlocking, and I figured, well, maybe I broke it because I needed to do something as Arthur. And so we went back and loaded the game as Arthur. We were reminded how much we hate Micah, and but just found ultimately we couldn't do that mission. And I forgot to pick an appropriate save. So yeah, I was kidding around. We're not playing as Arthur. We're playing as John. Oh, actually, we are playing as Arthur. This is Arthur. I knew that because of giving him hair tonic and not cutting his hair, I had made John Marston look very similar to the way my Arthur looked, with his whole Wookiee look, but no, not that much like Arthur. That was just Arthur. Now we're loading the game. Maybe I could sing another song from the New Vegas soundtrack during all this. No, now we're actually going to load and play as John Marston, who I meant to be playing as from the beginning. But yeah, we're playing as John Marston, and John Marston, the very last, had some videos wandering around doing silliness with. Yeah, see, he doesn't quite fully resemble Arthur. He's his own man. John Marston, one of my favorite protagonists in all of video games. Like I said, man, Arthur was kind of like, reasonably well written, but he suffered from that Rockstar Games, the same problem I have with a lot of writing in a lot of Rockstar games, which is where it's just kind of a really great collection of scenes that don't really add up to much of a narrative, and therefore, I don't know, it's hard for me to get invested in some of the Rockstar Games' main characters. I think a smarter person than me who knows more about the actual process of writing could really sit down and come up with some things to say about how you actually feel about the characters from Grand Theft Auto 5 by the end of the story, where they set up these stories and relationships, but at the end of the day, it all has to get oriented around doing plot missions. This one's similar. Like, I spent the first half or more of this story, like, Arthur seems like a reasonably intelligent, interesting character who's living this life of an outlaw, but like, what is he actually doing? What is he about? What does he actually want? And this is all stuff that I was going to talk about during the credits, because video game credits are freaking long these days, and I don't like to skip them. It seems disrespectful. But either way, I'm just chattering away. But yeah, this is very, very much. Arthur doesn't really click and connect to me as a character until he basically gets his death sentence. And then he actually starts finding things to try to do with his time he has left. John Marston, on the other hand, we know what's going to happen to John Marston, but he doesn't. And he actually is in a place where he's really trying to build something, which I think is... It's interesting, it's compelling, it's kind of tragic if you know where things are going. Which is why I said, I don't think I literally have separation anxiety, but I didn't get around to playing any Red Dead Redemption 2 in the day or so after my last big play session, and I had enough in the can that I didn't need to. Now I literally have to get this video recorded and uploaded, because for the first time in a while, I'm going to run out of... Like, I won't have my regular updates ready to go unless I record another video. But I've been staying away from this game for like a month because I kind of realized, hey, the next time I sit down and play this game is probably the last time I'm ever going to play this game. Red Dead Redemption 2 has tried really hard to have a good online component, I've heard. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the same way. Rockstar's finding ways to monetize online. I don't play that much. I don't play any of these single-player campaign missions with an online mode in online. I've never really done that. I think I spent like one evening goofing around with Grand Theft Auto 5 online out of curiosity, and was like, I'm just not into it, because I like the story. But I've heard that people don't feel overly ripped off by the way they've monetized it. But yeah, the idea of coming into Red Dead Redemption world and not actually playing as any of these characters they've built up, to me seems really strange. It's like, I wouldn't particularly want to... Oh, thanks, Horse. That's a great way to get me back on track. I'm like, my thoughts are wandering. I'm trying to think of like an example. It's like, would I want to go to Hogwarts if I couldn't meet Harry and Hermione and Ron? And then the horse is like, just takes a fucking dump right in the middle of my thoughts. Good stuff. It's not like Neo, where William never does anything. I mean, we have a sense of who John Marston is. And the idea of wandering around in a world where it's like, well, John Marston has inexplicably disappeared, although he presumably still exists, and Arthur's dead, and you can wander around if you like. It doesn't appeal. I don't know why I parked so far away from the mission marker, other than the fact that, like I said, Maybe I do have some subconscious separation anxiety. I'm trying to... Well, that sounds like some bullshit, son. You guys getting this? Oh, you can look it up for yourselves on the old YouTubes, but apparently I missed a... I was curious. You remember that guy that I kept making talk, like Paul F. Tompkins, who was like the con man who occasionally did work with the gang but wasn't a full-time member, and who kind of left when things were falling apart? I got curious as to whether or not we could meet him in the post-game and what... And you can't. He never shows up. But he did... he does have a thing that you can do where you encounter him in the world. You find his home in Saint-Denis, and you can't open the door, but you can listen through the window while he talks to his family. So you can look that up if you like. So he was reading to everybody, not just Abigail. Oh.
I love it. I truly love it. Abigail,
family dinner's available.
What's for dinner? Away with you, you no-good parasite. You cook.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
John, come out here.
I'm sorry, did something new family dinner open up as like a little fun character building side thing you can do because I recognize this mission title. This is the game ending mission we're about to play. So I'm like, wait a minute. If we could have stuck by and had little like, they had their occasional parties at the camp and then those little dialogue scenes, like I love shit like that in games. I could have done with some of that. Why did this suddenly appear now? He just proposed. What is that? No.
Abigail?
Sadie?
Charles? I found him. I found Micah.
No.
I got a lead. One of his boys wanted for murdering a woman. Been seen drinking in Strawberry. If we can get to him, he'll lead us to Micah. But I gotta go now.
She said no.
Coming?
No. He's not coming.
I will.
That's your business. His business is here.
Yeah, I'll ride with you.
No, I'm begging you. No! You'd risk all this? For what? For Micah?
All this?
Micah really sucks, Abigail.
Arthur, Sadie, and all the folks that fell. If I let him go, this place ain't no more real than one of Jack's dragons.
I'm begging you.
And I'm begging you to understand. This is it. This is...
Please.
Please try to... I ain't got no other choice. Keep an eye on the place for me. Of course.
Please.
Let's go kill this son of a bitch then.
This is tough. I mean, obviously from a storytelling point of view, yeah. Woman chatter away in the corner. It's off time to do man stuff. This is really hard because she's absolutely right. But Micah is such an asshole. Micah really does need to die.
Let's get to Strawberry before he dries out.
Oh, great. Now I haven't played in a month. Watch me crash into every tree on the way to this all-important plot mission.
Cleet,
Which one was Cleet? The big one or the little one?
the one with the rat face.
They both have
My
rat
memory
faces.
is they both have
Yeah.
rat faces.
The little bastard with the rat face then.
Him? Yeah, he'll talk.
He had a talky rat face.
We owe this to Arthur.
You think Arthur cared about revenge?
Kind of, yeah.
Not so sure. Especially not at the end.
He cared about stopping Micah, and that's what we're doing.
Well, then here's the other thing. Micah's an ass. He needs to die. But what is he actually doing right now? I mean, Red Dead Redemption as a story doesn't work if... Like, it just doesn't work as a story if John Marston doesn't ride off and take part in this. But, I mean, in the real world, it kind of would. It's like, wow, that outlaw from my past, he was an asshole, all right. well, I'm going to stay here and run my farm and do what is probably morally right.
I hear you're taking bounties now.
And I hear you're building houses.
Mm-hmm. When I'm not killing old friends.
Yeah, why does Uncle live with us and not Charles?
Always killing old friends and new. Ain't that right, John?
Seems that way.
You interested in bounty hunting, Charles? My
Damn it.
last assistant was put out to pest.
Hey, I did a bunch of missions after that.
That work ain't for me. I think I might get out of here.
To explain why I'm not around in the next game. Well, unless I die, of course.
Find a woman. Start a family if I can.
I'm one of them Canadian women. Yeah. You know what they say about Canadian girls, right?
I'd like to try it.
They don't exist. That's what you say your girlfriend's from if she's fictional? Yeah.
Fired him to a life of celibacy and isolation.
You know, I've been thinking I might get out of here too.
Oh, yeah, whatever. You guys are both going to die. I don't actually know. I would imagine, yeah, so I do appreciate, I don't know if these two characters die or not. I really don't. But yeah, obviously neither of them are mentioned in Red Dead Redemption, to which this game is a prequel. So they're setting up, they're trying to give us some, uncertainty about how this mission will resolve, because it would make perfect sense for this mission to play out with Charles and Sadie dying. And that's why they're not talked about and don't appear in the next game. It would also make perfect sense if at the end they all go their separate ways. So I appreciate them planting the seeds, but they're being a little obvious about it here.
Down South America, maybe?
Way down in Mexico, way.
Mean, I guess. I'd run protection for a gold mine or...
Oh yeah, no one's mean in Mexico. Certainly not in Red Dead Redemption world.
I don't know. Something. See something else at least.
That all sounds good.
Yeah, it all sounds real fine. But we got some business to take care of first.
Yep, I don't think I'm getting this done in one video after all. I'm not worried about gameplay challenge here. This is not a game that is ever... I mean, this game has been not difficult. And even the original Red Dead Redemption, it didn't necessarily feel like the big plot concluding missions were necessarily built up or were harder than missions that came before. But yeah, this game's all about checkpoints after every minor piece of progress and letting you skip them if you can't do them. So
This is it. We leave
yeah,
our
this is
horses
Strawberry.
on the bridge, then we find it.
Why would we leave our horses by the bridge? What if we're gonna have some challenge where we have to chase him around?
Okay, John, Charles, you take the other side of the river. I'll stay on this one. If we meet in the middle, we would have covered most of the town.
If he's here, we'll get him.
Okay, let's go.
I've got great memories of this place. I remember being here at the beginning of the video as Arthur. Although I think was that Strawberry? Was that Raspberry? I think that was Valentine, actually. I got great memories here of somebody beating somebody else to death over some boner pills.
Clete! Hey, Clete!
Why are you yelling at him from that far away? You fucking why?
He's wanted for murder. Hey, stop! Can't escape us, Clete. Ain't no point in trying.
What the heck?
Come here, friend. Huh? He got past.
Where are you running to?
Leave me alone, damn it.
Come on, Charles. Like, what was the point? Okay, well, Sadie's got him, so never mind. It wasn't much of a chase mission after all.
Joe, you gonna take a turn?
Hey. Hey, we're all buddies, ain't we?
Sure, Sadie. With pleasure.
Wait, what am I doing?
Hey.
Give it to him.
Beat Cleat.
Where's Micah?
Micah,
I ain't finished my dialogue.
wait.
You little... Where is...
Again, they're trying to make me feel involved, but it just gets clumsy when you're like, how long am I supposed to wait before my next button input to make this play out like it really would?
Stop.
What if I come behind you?
I ain't seen a wee fella.
You know what? I'm bored of this.
Yeah, me too.
Let's hang the bastard.
Good idea. Oh, wait, hold on.
Pimp slapped him. I didn't even have to push a button. This sure is a fun game for the whole family. What do you say, Bobo? We'll, I'll do a replay of this game when we can do guest commentary while hold on, I gotta make a mental note. Bronco.
You heard the lady. Get up there.
When baby Bronco is older, we'll have him play through Red Dead Redemption 2. All the beatings and killings. It'll be fun.
Here, I want you stood right here. Still. All right, string the no-good murdering bastard up.
Press square to pay your respects, or press L2 to tie a noose around someone's neck.
Let's try this again. Where's Mike?
I guess we're just allowed to execute people in this town. The local law doesn't care.
You lie.
It ain't my
You lie. You are a fool.
Where's Micah?
Talk, or I'll pull this lever.
Talk.
No. Wait. He's up in the mountains.
The bush. Beer.
He's up in Mount Hagen. You got a whole gang now. Bad man. Doing bad things.
He's a bad man with a bad ass.
I tried to stop him from murdering that little girl. We fell out. Honest. Please,
He's going to get killed, right?
Hang him.
No. I told you.
I can't do it, Sadie. Not like this.
Not without a legal warrant.
Thank you, John.
Now she's going to shoot him anyway.
Now. Come on now. You won't ever see me again.
I said hang him. As you wish. Piece of shit.
Was that me you're talking to, or? I mean, I knew he was going to get killed anyway, but
A little rat said Mount Hagen.
if it's like, boo, you guys don't know how to do a hanging at all.
We know where he is, boys. Let's go.
Well, where did you go? Where's my horse?
Waiting for. We're this close.
Okay, so my horse teleported up here. I didn't know that.
Let's ride.
Yeah, well, it's going to be more than one video, because now I got to go back and edit out where I used Baby Bronco's real name, because I guess that's not a thing that's happening right now.
It's a long ride.
It's going to be a long, fun ride.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. We want the gold, sucker. Micah, we're coming for you. No, I'm not going to finish. Is my horse broken? What's going on here? Okay. I really don't know what that was about. Like, it did not want me to ride. So I got some last-minute pointless Paragon points for not hanging someone who had not been convicted of a crime. As far as we had Sadie's word for it that he was wanted. And she shot him anyway, so. Now we'll climb Mount Rosshagen. Chili peppers burn its gut.
We all ready? This pass will take us up into the high mountains.
Lead the way.
There's an old watchtower up there they might be using.
All along the watchtower. Well, this is kind of the neighborhood of where the game started, isn't it? Game started up at, like, Spider Gorge. Yeah, we were, like, way up here. So this is kind of... but there's Mount Hagen, yep. Kind of near the end of the game. So although I didn't bother to do a lot of exploration out here, this is kind of the end of the world. You can't go to Mexico in this game. Boo. And other than like one little plot mission, we really didn't do that much with Fort Wallace, even though it's been sitting there. It's like sticking out like a sore thumb, a red spot on the map for the whole game. Barrow Lagoon, Lake Isabella. Yeah, they got a whole... Hold on. Yeah, there's so much stuff that you feel like... Hanging Dog Ranch, Watson's Cabin, all sorts of places we never got around to seeing. Although there are other places where you do little missions, like there was a lumber camp. Despite looking like a settlement on the map, I don't think there was like many videos worth of content associated with the place. Let's So maybe this won't be the last video. Maybe I got another one after this. Because if I wrap up the video now, I will be more likely to remember, hey, I need to actually edit out where I used my nephew's name. I'm not. I'm trying to figure out where I could have cover. Oh, that's not right. I think I've already kind of messed it. Yeah, I've messed this up because I needed to have a sniper rifle to shoot a sniper, so they just kind of dumped us off. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll call it a video. That's a great way to end what I thought was going to be the last video. Getting killed. So this one will be slightly short. We'll have at least one more where we actually finish this mission and do the closing credit. But adding on the closing credits and ending will probably make for a long video no matter when I actually start the video, so I can start right in the middle of the mission hunt down Micah. But yeah, I can make a little note for myself. Hey, when you edit this together, go find where you use your nephew's name and cut it out, dumbass. And when we come back next time, we will be hunting down Micah if we're not getting killed by snipers instead. See you then. That is the wrong thing to be clicking on. If I want to end a video, I haven't recorded any video actually in about a week. But this is what I click to end a video, and you'll know that I did it successfully when the video ends.